So the big news that everybody's wondering is that what is going to happen with Black Ops 2? And I've just realized if it ever does come out for 2025, like the game is actually set in, I think it's going to be coming out for the Xbox Game Pass. Because for 2024, that is going to be Call of Duty's first exclusive Call of Duty. So again, shout out to Roman here. We're going to watch why Black Ops 2 was just amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. The nostalgia, man. Oh my goodness, look at this.
No, just get into it.
Actually lining up to the store. The BO2 shirt. On the PS3.
Let me take you back to the year 2012.
That's crazy. He got
this
two
was
of
the
them.
year of release for Black Ops 2. Now, I'm sure many of you remember this game with rose-tinted glasses and very fondly.
I got him on.
I got him on. All the late-night parties and stuff on 360. You get me.
Even though this is
you fucking dick.
even though the gameplay is on plutonium, this is just foul, man. This is MW3, man. Get this out of here.
You want fucking dick in your mouth?
But today I'm here to
What
talk
happened
to
to
you
game
about
chat, man?
COD
Bring it back.
Zombies with Black Ops 2 and how this game went from possibly one of the worst entries we've ever seen in the franchise to the most beloved and standardized game when
I almost quit this game when Die Rise came out, and now I'm remastering it. What an ironic spin of events. And also, I just realized that Cold War actually sold more copies than Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 sold 29 million. Cold War did 30.
When he talks about COD Zombies, you immediately think of this game.
That.
So,
Yes,
without
sir.
further ado, let's get into this.
And it is more iconic for zombies as well. Like, how does
Hype from
that
Black
happen?
Ops 1 was nuts.
Oh,
Zombies
BO1
was
was
popping off
iconic.
and people were very excited to see where the story and gameplay was going next, especially
The
since
transit
we had a new
trailer is
face
one of the most viewed
director of Zombies
trailers.
now, Jimmy Zielinski. People
That's
were
the
very
lad.
excited to see where he would take the game and what he would innovate. There was already a large wait between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and in between it was a modern
I
war.
will be interviewing Jimmy Zielinski as well, and he did start right from the beginning with Knocked, and his last map was Buried, so pretty cool, man.
Fair title which had no new zombies content, so people were pretty much starved and ready for some new zombies action. It meant that when
We
we
waited
finally got
years.
the game, people went nuts. From its
Yes.
teaser trailers, Transit was initially theorized to be like a zombies campaign due to its size and trailer introduction, so people were very, very excited for this new era of
How
zombies.
wrong were
And
we?
lo and behold, people loved it initially.
but it was
This
so
is due
great.
to the theory of all new COD games I like to deem buyer's remorse. Everybody gets really hyped and adores the
Or the honeymoon phase, right? You're just playing it, you're getting to experience it for the first time, and then as you slowly keep playing it, you realize, where's the jet gun upgrade? Where's the fun aspects of transit, you know? Get that Lex bus out of here,
game
bro.
for about a month or so, more like a week nowadays. People take a mental step back and realize the game they're playing and those little things that are creeping up annoying, like the turbine and waiting for the bus and the
Exactly, and the
lava and
other
the denizens,
buildables
and
that are
starting
useless.
to add up. Transit
Yep.
was becoming very much hated by the community. This is
Yep.
not only because of its tediousness, but the way you got around the map, from the bus to the denizens to the fire,
This was the biggest zombies map at the time, and a lot of people also thought because of that, it was the worst. A lot of people wanted to go back down to the restrictive sizes, and you can see that with the BO2 DLC. Transit goes big, Die Rise is much smaller, even though it's still quite a large map, and then Mob of the Dead, even though it's a little bit larger than Die Rise, it's around that same size. They kept it like that. And then Buried's even smaller as well. And then we get to Origins and it kind of back expands again, you know?
everything. Nobody wanted to play this anymore. A few
Yeah.
people were jumping ship back to BO1 because they know it was a good, reliable source for some zombies action. But this was only the beginning of the storm. A storm that could have potentially killed zombies.
True.
Surely they had to make a better map than Transit for their DLC one. Come on, it's paid.
Nope. Blundell really did save this
Now,
game,
I'm sure
though.
you're thinking, huh? Growth? Surprisingly, this didn't stop people from buying Black Ops 2 and still wanting to play the shit out of zombies. Despite
Yes.
its lackluster
And MP
content,
was
that's fine.
iconic
The
for
thing
this
that I
game.
argue could have killed zombies. Die
Yeah.
Rise. Die Rise was a brand new zombies experience that focused on verticality, a new mechanic that would age like milk.
We're gonna not let it age like milk. We're gonna make it age like fine wine. I promise. You will love Die Rise. You will love Die Rise. I believe it. Please, man.
Upon its release,
Please.
unlike Transit, people immediately hated the map and started to complain about its mechanics and how the map plays. It played and still plays horribly, like the disruption of flow with waiting for perks in the elevators, or the literal fucking wonder weapon being a nuisance because it makes you more likely to fall off the map. The new perk, Who's Who, also sucked balls, and it was like a...
We're fixing all this, man. We're getting things. If you guys want to subscribe to my Twitter, I got all the leaks there, but but if you guys aren't interested yet, you're just gonna have to wait and see. But we're fixing all of that. The map flow, who's who now works better when you spawn in with a different gun that can actually help you rather than just the freaking M1911. My boy has to buy the PDW off the wall. That's absurd, right? So we're fixing all of that. And so I hope that even with these fixes, people like the map, because I know there's a lot of hardcore guys and they're like, Die Rise would suck if it had PhD. And I'm just like, did we play the same map?
A really bad quick revive. This, however, was the shitstorm before the good. DLC 2, we got Mob of the Dead. This
Jason
map, in
Waddell
my
came.
opinion, was phenomenal. It was due to a new lead and
The
a new
trailer
era
was
of
beautiful.
zombies. I like to
Look at him, man.
Golden
Oh
era.
my
Holy
gosh.
Shit, 2 errors in one game. What the fuck? It featured
Yeah.
a returning idea from Black Ops 1 of a celebrity cast, but this time it was 4 mobsters that were held up in Alcatraz prison during its operative period, sometime in the 1930s.
How did Blundell get green light to do this, man? I think Blundell was probably a part of the BO2 campaign, which was extremely successful as well after the Black Ops 1 campaign, which had left such a high standard. And then BO2 exceeded that with all the multiple different endings and whatnot and all the different outcomes. And so the fact that he had honestly, I think, pioneered that is what has sort of led to that entire idea being brought in with zombies and the Victus crew with Max's side and the Richtofen side, and then with all these other different storylines with Dimension 63 and Mob of the Dead. It's so cool.
For you story
All
nerds.
went
Not only
crazy.
was the story amazing, but the gameplay,
Yeah.
oh my god, it was good. You built a fucking plane and crashed it into the Golden Gate Bridge as it was being built. You fed demon dogs to get a
What a
boomerang
wild
tomahawk.
idea.
All of this
Yeah.
with a new afterlife system. Man, it was a good time to be a Zombies fan. Budget
Dude.
for Zombies was very
I have to say, the Hell's Retriever is one of the smartest things they ever did, because so many people loved throwing knives back in BO2. Like, I remember Vicstar had a whole compilation of just throwing knife trick shots, and like everybody would love watching those kill cams back in the day, right?
clearly
So
increasing too.
honestly,
DLC wasn't cheap back then. 15
yeah.
USD a pop.
15
That's extortion.
15
I'm
a
going back
pop.
to Cold War Zombie. All jokes aside, Blundell had done it. Blew it out of the water.
yeah, go back to your free DLC zombies with Cold War facilities, my guy. Tell me how that is. Listen, there's such an argument to be made for paid DLC versus free DLC, but honestly, you look back at what we had paid for, and there was quality, man. There
with
was.
this new map and was positioned Director of Zombies, meaning that
True.
he got the chance to call the shots on the new Zombies maps now.
Yep.
That was until we got a very weird surprise, and it was a visit from Zelensky with his DLC.
His final
Buried.
return.
Now, upon
Yeah.
release, people were naturally very skeptical, but found that it was actually a very, very good map. It flowed very well and had a load of mechanics like Leroy that kept the player busy. Although still janky, the buildable system was refined, and we got a conclusive ending to the Victor story. It was, however, the end of the line for Zelensky. And sadly,
It didn't even feel like it was one of his prior maps, because when you look at Transit and Die Rise and then you compare it to Buried, it's like literally just two sides of a different coin, you know? Like, it's just, what is going on? You know, you got one coin here, you're like, okay, this is completely different. You got another coin, you're like, oh, how is this made by the same guy, you
this
know?
would be his final map in Zombies history. It's good that it ended with a banger, though. Now, hang on just a second.
He's making, hopefully, something cool for X Defiant. Zelensky, make some zombies again. Please, make a PvE mode. We will all buy X Defiant for that.
I think I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, make sure to absolutely annihilate that like button.
Brother,
if you haven't already,
I'm
make sure
here.
to subscribe.
I'm
As if you
here.
want to see more
I
video
got
essays like
you.
this, it shows
I'm
me that
already
you guys are in
subbed.
support of
I
it.
got
And
you.
if you really,
This is
really
a really
want to help
good
out the
video.
channel and get some exclusive
Check out the
perks,
video.
consider
I'll have it
becoming
in the
a member today.
description.
You get some sick
Yes.
little badges next
I
year.
did an
and
interview
also
with this
get
man.
a chance to be in the next video.
Yes,
Like this one
sir.
I'm about to show you right now. I can't
The
show too much, though.
tears.
It's a secret.
Bro, there's some Noah J
Before I
gameplay right
stop the
there.
cap.
Died.
Yeah, I died.
Let's go.
So yeah, maybe consider it today and you'll be in the
Let's
next
go.
video. Alright, plug over, back to the zombies. And just as the dust was settling from Mob of the Dead, from Buried, holy shit, DLC 4 Origins.
Yeah.
This map had it all, the reintroduction of our 4 favorite characters.
It literally got me doing tutorials. I had to private most of them. Like, it's funny looking back at how everybody was making tutorials on this map, because there was no other zombies map like this at this point with so much knowledge to have even before the game even started. Like, it's kind of crazy that they were like, we're going to make people memorize 4 different codes for staffs. We're going to make them memorize exactly how to do the Easter egg. And then with all the speedruns, there's no way they would have saw this coming, man.
Characters with
There's
Tank
just no
Dempsey,
way.
Nikolai Belensky, Taki
And then the
Masaki,
story
and
as
Edward
well, man.
Richtofen. And
What
made
a
an Easter egg that
phenomenal
tied
map.
things up in a nice little bow, but most importantly, the ballista. The introduction of an official boss zombie. The
Every time I look at the ending, I just think of Milo's reaction to it. And then the Panzer, easily the most iconic boss of all zombies. I
Panzer
think.
Zoldat.
Yeah.
The introduction of the elemental weapon development cycle,
Yeah.
which we see in today's modern zombies as well. And my
Yep.
god, the map was just amazing. Like, for fuck's sake,
Incredible
look at
map.
these robots, bro. Look at the Blundell.
How did they
Done
do
it.
this on the
He saved the game
360?
through blood, sweat, and
You
tears.
know?
His 2 maps outweighed all the bad
Crazy.
within BO2 and allowed fans to have fun with the game. This would be set in stone for as long as BO2 remained on shelves and in people's consoles and in people's hearts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then it went to Black Ops 3. Then Origins
As time
went to
went on
BO3.
and zombies became bigger and better, with Sledgehammer even having their own stab at their own iteration.
I don't know about bigger and better with the with Exo zombies, man. People listen. People really be wearing those rose tinted glasses for Exos, and I'm gonna be honest. Let's take those off for a second, my
Extinction
man.
and Exo Zombies. BO2 remained the go-to Treyarch game for some zombie slaying fun. Mob and Origins becoming 2 of the most fan-favoured maps, and even the other ones now become unplayable due to nostalgia and pure curiosity. Although
I think it was one of the biggest mistakes to remove Jimmy Zielinski. I still wish that within BO3 and BO4, there would have still been that rivalry between Zielinski and Blundell. But as soon as BO3 came out, Zielinski was out the door. So it's too bad to see. It's really just
flawed,
too
Die
bad.
Rise has become widely popular in recent years
Yep.
due to its weird bugs and the unpatching of the liquefier by shooting a fucking sign.
Ah, it's an interesting step.
Its verticality, now aged, does prove an
Ah,
interesting
Die Rise
challenge in
Remastered.
zombies. Transit, there's no denying that fucking sucks. There's genuinely no two ways about it, but it showed multiple things. Zelensky was being held back by technological limitations rather than innovation, as the 360 and PS3 couldn't handle the sheer magnitude of Transit, so a lot had to be scrapped to save memory in the very low power consoles.
It is literally insane that that map even existed for Transit, like for 360 and for PS3. Like, it is mind-blowing. It is easily, I think, one of the biggest map layouts, even on the entire game, when you involve both MP and campaign, which is absurd.
But I found by playing the map with some friends, it could be a very funny experience. 10 out of 10 definitely would
It's a
recommend.
co-op map,
still
yeah.
shit solo though, so fuck that. Fast forward to this
exactly.
year, and I feel like Black Ops 2 remains in a loved state. With the recent fixing of the servers from Microsoft and their acquisition of Activision, thousands of new players are swarming the Black Ops 2 servers, and it makes my heart skip a beat, honestly, man. It's so cute. I feel
Plutonium is the way. I mean, I know that Microsoft just recently fixed the servers, and like I said, I think that is why they potentially could remake these games, is because of the fact that the hackers are still rampant. Like, while yes, the servers are on after the acquisition, I still believe that there is going to be some sort of way that they remove the hackers and actually make it playable for all consoles and even potentially cross-play on these old games. Could you imagine without the use of Plutonium as well? That would be iconic.
feel as though Black Ops 2 was also an important stepping stone to get to Black Ops 3. Without it, I feel BO3 would be an insanely different game. There's so much content from BO2 that ended up being
Every
incorporated
game
into
built
BO3
off each
somehow,
other,
and I
right?
feel as though that it was definitely a milestone for Treyarch and the development cycle with creating video games as a whole.
For sure. I mean, Black Ops 2 is the 5th
You
best-selling
made it to the
game
video.
of all
well
time.
done, and thank
for
you
them,
for sticking around.
right?
If I had to say one thing that you should take away from this video, it's that Black Ops 2 deserves so much more love than it's getting right now.
It's literally a top 5 Call of Duty game. Like, even in sales,
And
it is
it's
top
amazing
5.
to see that with these new servers being patched and from Microsoft, that people are really starting to show their love. I've seen people go out of their way to buy fucking consoles to play this game, man. It's like release day all over again. It's quite crazy. But
Buying an Xbox 360 in 2023, that's a wild decision. I mean, this is the thing about games. The longer you hold them, the potential they have to increase in value is exponential. Like, I'm seeing this with Pokemon, with games like Pokemon Emerald. I've been to stores where they're really retailing from like $500 to $1,000, which is absurd.
thank you guys so much for watching
That
this
is
video. And
crazy.
you know, play some older zombies. You
Roman,
might unlock that little nostalgic spark in your brain.
shout out
give
to you,
all that
man.
dopamine from all the stuff you used to do with your friends. Although,
I mean, listen, this is the thing. BO2 Remaster is coming in. Check out Roman, y'all. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in that next one, baby.